An i7 gaming computer for only $400? 16 gigs of RAM, RGB, and there's only one left. I'd be stupid not to buy it. This might not be you, but there's a good chance that someone you know is at risk of spending their hard-earned money on a decade-old gaming PC without realizing it. Glamfurbishment, dressing up e-waste with pretty lights and glass side panels, has turned into a big industry, and that's not inherently a bad thing. I'm all for keeping these machines operating rather than sitting in a landfill, but only if they're upfront about it and the price is right. And I just do not feel that way about the machine that we bought from Penny PC. On the one hand, they actually shipped us better hardware than what was listed in the item description, but on the other hand, the presentation of it is clearly designed to prey on people who associate RGB with performance and who don't keep an Intel product naming guide with them at all times. For example, the listing omits inconvenient details in some places, and it makes the system sound much more capable than it really is. So I'm asking you guys, please help me stop people from buying this stuff. And in a moment, I'm going to show you why that's so important, and I'm going to lay out an alternative that will get you better performance at a lower price. I'm also going to lay out our sponsor.
Build Redux. Build a fully customizable gaming PC suitable for any budget. Just pick your favorite games and see how they perform using their online PC builder. Head to the link below and create your new rig today.
Let's see what $400 gets you these days.
Plus shipping.
First up, a Wi-Fi dongle complete with antenna. Second up, just about the flimsiest PC power cord I think I've ever seen, though I would expect it to be functional. And we get some packing foam and of course, a computer. Not bad on first glance. Obviously a brand new case, you can tell from the peel on the side panel. But no obvious issues when it comes to build quality. All the cables are tidily managed or even zip tied together. All screws installed exactly where they should be. No obvious configuration errors. Got dual channel memory, for example. And it looks like they actually upgraded us. This is not a GTX 660 and is in fact a 970 from PNY. And that might not be the only upgrade. While the motherboard is obviously a little dated, hence the classic white PCI slot here, the cooler is new and the socket of this board doesn't even match the CPU that we ordered, meaning maybe something better? To their credit, this appears to be a brand new Corsair 600 watt power supply. The peel is still, oh no. Ooh, maybe there's some dust on the grill. No, the power supply is not new. So who knows what power supply you're gonna get? Ooh, that was one of the things we had down as being points in their favor, actually. Yeah, there's dust in the crevices of these cables too. Okay. Another thing we had as a point in their favor is the case, though I think this is a bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, it's a modern design with 4 included fans, RGB, tempered glass, all that good stuff. On the other hand, I have no idea what they spent on this thing since it's out of stock everywhere, but however much it was probably too much. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but hint number 1 is this internal USB 3 header that is just hanging here loose. And the fact that this system is so old, it doesn't have USB 3 at all. Enough chitter chatter for now though. Let's find out what's in here. All e-waste? That's not nice.
That was Labs, that wasn't me.
Labs calling it e-waste. I mean, that's not that bad. A Core i7-2600S, that's another big upgrade. Or at least it sounds like one. While the model number changed a lot from what was promised to us, it's actually only a little over a year newer and not a lot faster. But the good news is this is a great opportunity to highlight how easy it is for people to get bamboozled. Most people's exposure to CPU nomenclature isn't going to go much deeper than, yeah, Core i7, I heard that's good for gaming. And unless they know the importance of the IPC of a processor architecture, it would be easy, even for someone who's trying to do their due diligence, to compare this to something modern and think, oh, well, you know, I guess yesterday's i7 is just today's i3, and then pull the trigger on a system like this. But that isn't just not the case. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Our GPU upgrade could make up a lot of ground here. Though, again, we see the same confusing product naming schemes working against the consumer. While it seems like we jumped 3 product generations, 600 and 700 series were actually based on the same family of chips, and then 800 was skipped, meaning that going from 600 to 900 was only 1 generation. The good news, though, is we also stepped up a whole class from a 60 class to a 70 class card, meaning that we landed a GPU here with double the VRAM and a lot more processing power. Maybe this thing can game. Okay, that is totally usable. And just like PCMR would say, it doesn't matter what you drive, it's that you drive what you got. Or sorry, that was Kazir. You know, it doesn't matter, someone said it. Hoodie, t-shirt, water bottle, desk pad, and enamel pin. The point is, the best gaming machine for the job is the one that you have. Let's give it a shot. Did it take that long for my Spartan to pop in? This may actually be a problem. Wow! It took that long for the modes to load. While this searches, I guess we can talk about Labs results a little bit. Esports titles like CSGO, Dota, and Rocket League actually all run fine. But as soon as we go past that, we get into some false advertising a little bit. See, there are some newer games on the list that's advertised by the seller, like Fortnite, Apex Legends, and GTA 5, which isn't really new, but is fairly demanding, which are going to struggle on this machine. And there are a few reasons for it. For starters, while the ad does clearly state that they're using a mix of new and refurbished parts, I think it's a little disingenuous to say that a new case and a new stock cooler is a mix of new and refurbished parts. Every piece that contributes to performance is used. And one of the worst pieces is our storage drive. A spinner that I just wouldn't be comfortable putting in a system that someone's going to rely on. Crystal Disk Info pegged it at 24,768 hours of power on time, or a little under 3 years, which for an enterprise drive might not be a huge deal, but for a consumer drive, absolutely is. Wow, this is not a lot of FPSs. Come on, oh boy. Maybe we can tweak the details a little. Come on, can I get him? Wow, it took me a while to figure out he was dead, but yes, I got him. Oh no! And I can't even blame that on our hard drive, even if it was in tip-top shape. The CPU and RAM in here just aren't fast enough to keep up with anything but older games. There has been a lot of advancement in CPU design that isn't really obvious on a basic spec sheet. And this is one of the reasons that our Labs website project is so important. Guys, maybe pick up a desk pad, help support the team. Because making matters worse, as our chip continues to age, we're gonna reach a point where modern software simply refuses to run. On the GPU side, NVIDIA hasn't officially sunsetted support for the 900 series yet. But based on how long they supported the previous generation, the announcement is pretty much due any day now. And then on the CPU side of things, if we go back just a couple more generations, there are chips that are missing x86 instruction set extensions that are required for smooth operation, or in some cases, operation at all in modern titles like Apex Legends. Thankfully, that hasn't happened yet with our 2600S. We were able to benchmark Total Warhammer 3, Cyberpunk, modern games like that, but it's a matter of time before that changes. I think my biggest issue here, though, is just the price. As a savvy shopper, you can pick up similar parts for well under 300 bucks without paying for a brand new lipstick case around the pig components. And you probably won't need to pay shipping either, depending on how active your local Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fully endorse keeping aging hardware running for as long as possible. We even did a video recently showcasing some of the amazing deals that are out there right now on used hardware. But if you're spending upwards of $400 on a new-to-you PC, you can do a lot better than this. To highlight how bad it is, even buying almost entirely new parts, we came in around $400. While we've still only got a quad-core processor with hyperthreading, the same amount of memory, and that same used GTX 970, our 12th gen Core i3 has more cache, AVX2 for better integer calculations, a slew of advanced technologies like Gaussian and Neural Accelerator 3.0 to help with audio and speed-centric AI workloads, and it's going to be getting security updates for years to come. And it runs on a newer platform, meaning that I'll be able to get the most out of, say, a new CPU or a new GPU even, if some money comes my way. And we didn't even put in the script the fact that it'll have support for USB 3 and M.2 drives. To put the performance difference in context, guys, we ran our Factorio benchmark and Cinebench on our poor, struggling 2600S, and well, the numbers speak for themselves. Our single core score didn't even crack 1,000 points, and multi-core is just shy of 3. Guys, a modern i3 12100 is going to get you closer to 1,600 point single core, 8,400 multi. I mean, that is the kind of difference that you can really feel, even in day-to-day use. We've got an entire video about how gigahertz doesn't actually matter, but obviously not everyone's watched it, and I don't even blame them for seeing Core i7 gaming computer and hitting the buy button, because a lot of it boils down to terrible marketing practices and the obfuscation of real tech specs from the big players. I mean, think about it. When you walk into a computer shop today and look at the box for, say, a CPU, it barely lists anything. Contents, Intel processor with thermal solution? Really? That's all you're giving me? Oh no, okay. I get this, to a layperson, indecipherable product number and 20 megabytes of cache. No clock speeds, no core counts even. It's obvious from the prioritization here, the only thing they want you to know is Core i5, oh, by the way, that 13th gen, something like that. I mean, AMD is a fair bit better, at least on this little sticker. If you look closely at it, you'll find cores, threads, boost, and base frequency. But it's clear what the trend is, and I don't see this getting better anytime soon. With the Core Ultra rebrand announcement, I was really hoping that Intel would use this opportunity as a fresh start to clear the air for the average person, but nope. It's basically just, we've taken the bold step of removing your eye. You're welcome. I mean, I called this before and I'm saying it again. We are going to be stuck with the same issues we've got today. And I know that most of you guys watching this video can probably tell the freaking difference between, you know, a Core i7 13700K and a Core i7 2600S. Most of you guys are going to look beyond just Intel Core i5 must be good for gaming. I know you guys are going to drill into the true specs, but based on the sales numbers for these things, a lot of people won't. And this isn't what I wanted in terms of keeping things out of the landfill, because all we're really doing is sending the original case that was housing all of this stuff to the landfill and then buying a new flashy, shiny one unnecessarily. It's gonna keep happening, guys. At $400, we're in that magical console price zone. It's got flashy RGB and a cool tempered glass side panel to make it look like a legit gaming computer. It's just, with stuff like this, you're not getting the performance that you're paying good money for. So mark my words, in another 10 years, we're gonna see the exact same thing. A Core Ultra 7 gaming PC with a 2060 and 32 gigs with, I don't know, electroluminescent wire case or whatever the fashion is at that point, all for the low, low price of around $400. And if I'm still around and finding these craptastic deals, I guess I'm just gonna have to make another video saying the same dang thing. If you guys are looking for an affordable system like this, I'm not linking this thing, but we will have our parts list down below. And we're also gonna throw our POV build guide, which is probably the easiest one to follow along with, so you can put it together yourself. Or if you liked this video, you can check out why gigahertz doesn't matter. That's another good watch that can help explain why this thing sucks as much as it does.